Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is install the Phantosys server. I'll run this as administrator, and it's just a basic install. I'll choose here main server and just accept the defaults. It's going to ask for some third-party software to be installed. I'll just install that and say always trust. And after it's finished installing, it's going to ask for a reboot, and I'll just reboot that right now. Now that it's rebooted, I will run the terminal. We can see setting up a new device down there on the bottom right. That's the smart card USB that I've plugged in just now, and it's setting that up. So I'll navigate to the Phantosys folder and open the Phantosys terminal. I'll run that as administrator, and if you have your USB plugged in, you press OK and it will open the terminal. And now I'm going to allow automated client registration. You want to check this, make sure it's checked. Mine is already checked. You're going to allow anybody to register. This is just for testing. We don't want this on our actual deployments, but it's just to get us started here. Now I'm going to restore the Quick Start repository, which I have already extracted here on my desktop. I'm going to go to Repository Management and restore the repository. I'll just browse over to the desktop here where I've extracted it, and we'll choose the correct file. Click OK, and we have the repository extracted and in our server. So now I'm going to go to another machine. First, open the BIOS. I want to enable the network stack. So I could do a network boot, a PXE boot. I'm going to save that. Once it restarts, go to the boot menu and make that the first boot option. Then we also need to disable Windows UEFI mode. Put other OS. This might give you trouble if you have this option on your BIOS. Remember, every BIOS is different, but that's the basic steps that you're going to take. Once this is finished, we're going to reboot, and if it's on the same network as our server, it's going to come to the logon screen. I'm going to log in as admin, password 123456, and I'm going to register my client. You can see it's been registered in the server. It's now registered here, and so I'm going to add it to our repository. So we're going to add the client, and I'm going to add it to the PNP, the last one. That's the one that has the plug-and-play drivers. Now I've rebooted my machine. We're going to watch, and it's going to boot into the Phantosys boot menu. We're going to click on it, and it's going to boot into the Windows image that was in the repository. You can see it's booted into the first time. This might take a while because it's going to have to load the whole system over the network, but it will be faster after you do this the first time. Okay, that's it for this tutorial.